All right, guys. So today we've got jobless claims. We got the ECB rate hike decision. There we go. Good morning, guys. We got the ECB rate hike decision as well today. Let me get the music up. All right, getting the music up now. We're going to look at jobless claims data in a second. What's up, Leo, Ricky, Bar, Cy, BZ, Dan, Supper, GR? Market is pretty flat in pre-market. It dropped a little bit from the conference yesterday, but it's pretty flat. Yeah, I saw PACW. Yeah, I ain't buying the dip. Yeah, silver, gold. All right, I'm gonna get the music playing here. Hold on one second, guys. There we go. Yeah, May the 4th be with you, Beach Bum. You know, Star Wars Day today. We're gonna do a poll, Beach Bum. You know, we're gonna do a poll. The poll is gonna ask: the market bounced back today from yesterday's drops? Yes or no? We also have jobless claims numbers today. If you don't know it, those are expected to come in at 240,000. Lately, they've had an inverse correlation. We also have the ECB rate hike decision for May coming out at 3.75. Bitcoin up to 29K. All right, vote on that poll. Coffee. All right, so yeah, Tesla at 162s. Tesla rebounded pretty strong yesterday and then basically gave back all its gains. So ended the day pretty flat. The SPY was less green yesterday at about 407.50s. And again, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. So again, market's back up at the previous closing price. So you can see this light blue line right here is the level at which stocks go from red to green, green to red on the day. And yeah, this is a red to green, green to red level. Previous closing price right here at 408. So yeah, we'll see what happens here, guys. But that is what this level is right here, previous closing price level. So again, us being so close to that means only one thing. It means that we're about flat in extended hours so far on the SPY. We're about flat. Closing was 408. We are now at 407.85. So 15 cents away from being flat on the previous closing price level. Fear of a recession is making gold and silver go higher. Same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up to almost 30K too. And I might buy a little bit of gold. What's a reasonable share size for gold? How much do gold future contracts move? What's the tick rate for gold futures contracts? Screw it, let's find out. About one contract of gold. Doesn't look like it's very much. I'm using the GC contract. Looks like it's about $10 per tick. Yeah, $10 per tick is what it moves. Yeah, I'm just trying to hedge. I don't want to take super large size here, honestly. All right, so look at the SPY. Tesla bounce back up. Went in heavy on UGL a couple of days ago. All right, good luck, dude. All right, so GLD is probably the best way to invest in gold, it looks like here. GLD, the symbol GLD. So as opposed to a futures contract, I think I would rather just buy up shares of this. Which I can't yet, so I gotta wait. But yeah. All right, but yeah, SPY popping back up there though. So I'm gonna have to wait about 30 minutes before I can buy any. But GLD is the largest gold exchange traded fund. It's the go-to way for investors looking to play the precious metal gold. I'm going to do a poll on Twitter. And the poll comes in with recession fears looming. Are you investing in gold? I think that's a good poll. We're going to make this poll 4 days long. Reasonable. All right, so we got that poll going live. 4 days. 4-day poll. I also might take the time to buy some blue chip companies today. I don't know if we're going to or not. I ended up cutting the futures contract because I just don't trust it. It moves too much for my taste here, for me. Yeah, what's up, trading part-time? Mullen free float went from 3.62 billion to 144 million. So reverse split. Yeah, this is a reverse split, 100%. So Mullen reverse split, which is a bad sign. It's a desperate sign for Mullen. Did Goldman drop their earnings today? All right, so TD Bank and First Horizon have mutually agreed to terminate their merger pact, according to Bloomberg. All right, so you can vote on that Twitter poll we just did right now. And here's the poll. It's with recession fears looming, are you investing in gold? It's the poll. You can vote on it right there if you want. All right, market's pretty flat in pre-market and extended hours so far. They're down at extended hours, but flat in pre-market. Or no, it's actually flat in the entire extended hour session. Down yesterday. But again, it was kind of time for a pullback. And again, we'll see if we hold. I really have no idea if we're going to hold or not. Looking at our poll numbers, we said, does the market bounce back today from yesterday's drop? 65% of people said yes. 35% of people said no. What's going to matter really big today is... What's going to matter big today is Apple earnings. Apple earnings, jobless claims, the ECB rate hike decision. They're all pretty big things to watch. But yeah, Mullen is definitely a reverse split. I can tell just by looking at Mullen that it's a reverse split. And if we pull it up, yeah, reverse split stock announcement. Yeah, it's a 1 for 25 split, which is a very, very desperate sign. Very, very desperate sign. Yeah, we ended up posting that on Twitter. Again, Mullen doing a 1 for 25 reverse split is a very desperate sign and probably has to do with NASDAQ minimum listing requirements. Not good. Not good at all. Again, it generally is a very desperate weak sign. Looks like they chose to do it like right at the close. So, yeah, what's up, Frank? I don't know. It depends. The buyback thing might be considered good, but if it depends on what the Apple numbers come in as, to be honest. Because PACW has dropped huge percentages. Another very small regional bank fears dragging into the rest of the market is what this is. You said top will run hard. So does that mean that you're stuck in a top position from a few days ago, Martin? I'm not touching top, dude. Too crazy. Yeah, so PACW news. All right, so yeah, PAC Bank shares tumbled 40% basically yesterday in pre-market. It did 50% drop in after hours on Wednesday. The bank has been exploring strategic alternatives, according to Bloomberg, and a sale or breakup or a capital raise could be on the horizon, apparently. It didn't really get that much interest among potential buyers due to the big loan losses the bank is saddled with. It issued a clarification on the report and said, quote, the evaluation of strategic options is a normal practice, and that it has been approached by several potential partners and ultimate business investors. They're still having discussions, according to PACW. The bank also went on to try to sway investors' concerns by saying that a planned sale of some of their strategic assets are going to help the CET1 ratio to make it move over 10%. It also said in clarification that it has not seen any huge deposit movement in terms of outflows since FRC's sale, and that its insured deposits as a percent of the total have seen an uptick actually since FRC. Bill Ackman also said on Twitter that he wants the FDIC to announce a complete bank-wide deposit guarantee regime. And he said, quote, banking is a confidence game, saying also that at this rate, no regional bank can survive bad news or bad data because of fear, essentially. A stock price plunge inevitably follows, end quote, Bill Ackman. So yeah, I kind of agree with them. I think you got to calm these fears a little bit. I like that song, but no, it's a little bit too much. Would you short PacWest? No, it's too much risk. It's too much risk of getting halted and then it just dumping. You know, again, too much risk of it being halted and then just dumping down. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY down at 407.60s. I think a lot of people are hedging towards gold. It depends on what Apple does here. Apple earnings are huge right now. Very important. Very relevant. Big numbers. Somebody said if you're struggling in your if you're in your 20s and crushing it, be grateful, they say. Yeah, when I was in my 20s, dude, I was not crushing it, of course. You know, I mean, I was doing okay in a couple different ways, but I certainly wasn't doing amazing, you know. Yeah, I certainly wasn't crushing it in my 20s, that's for sure. Anyways, Tesla at 162.20s right now. PacWest, important stock to watch. PACW, important start to watch here. SPY, kind of moving in sympathy with this, I think, a little bit at least. Not completely, but certainly like big drop in PacWest, bounce. You see like a bounce in the SPY. I think it's something we got to pay attention to. Y'all got to be careful. All right, guys. So, yeah, today we got a bunch of stuff, to be honest, too, man. Yesterday was busy. We had a lot of craziness yesterday. Today, it's pretty busy, too, honestly. Today, we have the ECB rate hike decision. We have jobless claims numbers in the morning, the press conference for the ECB rate hike decision in the morning. And that might move markets a little bit. And then we also have the Apple earnings this evening. So jobless claims, ECB rate hike decision and press conference this morning, Apple earnings this evening. Tomorrow we have non-farm payroll numbers, unemployment data coming out as well today. So a lot of stuff coming out. Expectations for ECB rate hike decision are 25 basis points. We also have import-export prices this morning too. So interesting to see what happens. But tomorrow's a busy day. Today's a busy day. It's been busy. For sure. It's been busy. All right, guys. And again, yes, SPY at 407.30s here. I'm looking up other market news today. Again, Mullen with a 1-for-25 split. Reverse split, that is. Terrible news. Desperation. I told you guys. Again, everybody always asks me, they're like, hey, what about Mullen? I say, Mullen's terrible. Terrible company. Not a good company. Never going to succeed standalone. It's obvious. Anybody that thinks it's not is just ignoring the reality. They got their head in the sand for Mullen here. Mullen, terrible company. Not going to succeed. Pre-production, nobody really wants to buy their cars. Stock is 6 cents a share. It's just obvious. All right, guys, we're at 407.20s here. 407.20s for the SPY. And again, we've had a big range action so far this morning. So like if you look at the S&P 500 here, the SPY, it's gone up, it's gone down pretty big from the rate hike decision, and now we are pretty sideways in extended hours trading. Yeah, PACW is the one that, if you want to know what could drag the market into a potential recession, it's PACW right now. So we already had FRC struggling. If the PACW domino falls, that could trigger, recession fears. Recession fears are already there, but if this falls again, it certainly could trigger recession fears. Renewed recession fears, I guess I should say. And again, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Let me know what you guys think. All right, guys. So again, the spies at 407. Get some scary news. I'm just now reading. I don't know if this is real or not. But if this is real scary news about the overseas stuff. I don't know if it was real. I think we would have heard about it if it was real. This was from 15 hours ago. Scary state of the world right now for sure. Yeah, I know commercial's the one that's in trouble, for sure. Like commercial is the one that's in trouble. Why didn't you tag today's live trading to your interests? What do you mean? What do you mean? We're covering the European rate hike decision. Again, that drops at 8:15, and we're gonna put a timer up. It's not even 7 a.m. yet. It's 6:48 in the morning. So I mean, it's early still. Yeah, I mean, commercial was obviously gonna take a hit, man. This is one of the most expected things that we've seen in a long time. Commercial was obviously gonna take a hit. SoFi buyout. I don't know. Again, SoFi is one of those bank companies, man, that's getting affected by the rest of banking weakness, I think. So SoFi is just like another bank company that's getting affected by all that stuff, Again, I don't know what we're going to get today. Again, on our Twitter page, we have a poll about. We have a Twitter page. On our Twitter page, we have a poll about gold investing. Are you investing in gold? Yeah, I think one of the ways to hedge is banks or is gold. Again, I might buy some gold. It's just a hedge. That's at least my plan. I might buy gold just as a a hedge, a general hedge. All right, guys. So All right, guys. Yeah, so the SPY at 407.08 here. It's 407.08. Buy the dip, buy the dip. But which one? Buy the dip on gold? I don't know, man. I'm not buying dips right now. Again, I'm generally a pretty big dip buyer, but I'm slowing my pace down a little bit. You know, and I think that should be pretty understandable. And a Razor's Edge, it feels like. Yeah, for sure. Also, y'all do me a favor. Go give your boy a subscribe here on our other YouTube channel that we're creating here regarding real estate. It's a real estate channel. I might change the name up a little bit, but yeah, give your boy a follow here. Even if you're not, I mean, we're going to be posting. So I talked to, you know, a couple people. I'm going to be posting broad real estate content. So it's not going to just be dedicated to Texas. Like the video we posted yesterday, while we talked about some Texas stuff, very quick, short video explaining the new rules with regards to low credit score applicants and like what it really means. There's a lot of hype and sensationalism going about that. We cleared a lot of that stuff up yesterday in that video. So even, again, subscribe just to help support us here if you haven't already, guys. There's the link. I appreciate it if you can. Yeah, definitely top 3. Ruth Chris. Is it not a nice place anymore, Chris? Honestly, it's been like a decade since I've been to Ruth Chris. Yeah, honestly, it's been like a decade, man, since I've seen that stuff, dude. Been so long. Yeah, so we had a couple of different earnings coming out today. Is Ruth Chris a franchise? I really don't know. Is it like a franchise or is it only like a Louisiana thing? I remember seeing it from Louisiana, which is my hometown or my home state. So it sounds like it's like a big franchise, huh? All right, guys. Whew. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY at 407s here. We got Tsla at 162. PACW. Again, if we're watching for craziness and weakness, watch PACW. I think that's the one to watch, man. I love Olive Garden, bro. Olive Garden sausage soup, whatever the heck it's called. It's like sausage and potato soup is so good, bro. That's my favorite thing from Olive Garden. Yeah, I don't even know. It's been a while since I've been to Ruth Chris. Okay, so you have a Ruth in Toronto. Gotcha, man. Yeah, makes sense. All right, guys. So, yeah, again, are you buying the dip here? I might buy a little bit of gold, again, just to diversify. Wait, has Robinhood filed for bankruptcy? Has it really? Moderna out with their numbers. Moderna posted 19-cent profit EPS. They expected minus 77. They expected a loss of $1.77. They ended up showing a profit of 19 cents per share. Revenue of $1.86 billion versus $1.18 billion. So better than expected for for Moderna here. Moderna did much better than expected on their numbers. I'm assuming they're up, but they are not up. They are down here, which is interesting. But yeah, better than expected numbers for Moderna here. Ferrari posted better than expected revenue. Net profit was higher than expected as well for Ferrari. Adjusted EBITDA, which is earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, posted at 537 million EBITDA. Expected 508, so better than expected in that regard as well. Hyatt Hotels dropped 41-cent profit EPS versus 48-cent estimates. Let me see if this news is true. Maybe it's not true. I don't think it is true. I think I would have seen this already. Oh, they said, oops, sorry. It must have been a glitch. Oh, they're toying with it because they say that's what they did to AMC. Yeah, it's the pasta fagioli, I think is what it is. I like Olive Garden, though, but I always get kind of sick eating it for whatever reason. I don't know why. Yeah. Man, dude, AI tech is getting good. How's Verlander doing this year? Anybody been watching the Mets? How's Verlander doing this year, man? I haven't even been paying attention to him. I know the Astros lost to the Giants, if I remember. All right, guys. So, yeah, Geno's is pretty solid too, Chris. ConocoPhillips dropped EPS of 327 versus 211 estimates, revenue of 15.75 billion. They also raised their fiscal year production guidance as well. And that's for ConocoPhillips, which is COP. All right, so since March, FRC, the 14th largest bank in the world, collapsed. Silicon Valley Bank, the 16th largest bank in the world, collapsed. Silvergate Capital, the 147th largest bank in the world. Signature, the 29th largest bank in the world, collapsed. Credit Suisse, the 45th world bank, and PACW, which is the 59th, is trying to sell. Yeah, honestly, I could agree with this. All right, guys. So, Shopify, 1.51 billion in revenue versus 1.43 billion in expected revenue. They're going to cut jobs and sell majority of logistics business, according to Bloomberg. Again, I think we're going to buy up a little bit of a gold ETF if we can here. What's a reasonable share size here? I think like 10 shares of this gold ETF, right? Yeah, so we're in 10 shares. If it doesn't move that much, we might buy a little bit more. We'll see how much 10 shares moves. And again, SPY down under 407s now, trying to hold here. mRNA did have numbers here. We had COP, ConocoPhillips. They're down a little bit as well. Apple drops their earnings today. That's a pretty big report here. They're at 165s right now. Let me know if you guys have any discount dips you think will be good. Dude, I love Waffle House, though, dude. Waffle House is just great. It's my favorite place. We don't have anywhere by me. Like, all we have is IHOP, which is just not as good as Waffle House. Waffle House waffles literally are really good, man. They're just really good. Again, SPY is down. This seems like a pretty reasonable buy into gold. I'm going to go ahead and add another 10 shares to this. Hey, what's up, Kieran? Snap still possible for a bull run? Yeah, Waffle House way better than IHOP, like by far. Snap is up to 820s. I mean, maybe. Snap is down too. It might be one of my extended dip buy plays that I could get involved with, especially over like a couple day period. I might buy this. Yeah, I'll take a little piece of Snap. See what we get here. I don't trade at TLT. Don't know much about it. What's the underlying asset of TLT? Yeah, for sure. I mean, we have Waffle House here, but there are not as many of them by far. Waffle House is just better. The waffles are better. The breakfast is better. You know, like plus, like waffles are better than pancakes anyway. All right, gold up a little bit here. It is May the 4th. Yeah, again, guys, Mullen reverse split. Very desperate sign, very weak sign here. So a 1 for 25 split is a huge split. It means they were really struggling and ultimately had to do it. My guess is for minimum NASDAQ listing requirements for bid price is what the split was about in my guess here. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, very relevant for trading as well. This is actually like we did a kind of lesson on this. It must have been like 3 or 4 years ago. Tiny, you can ask Tiny. She's probably seen our lesson on this, but the lesson is absolutely true regarding trading. Honestly, after I did it, I saw a bunch of other people do it. I'm not saying I'm the one that did it first. I don't know, but I certainly talked about the Bruce Lee 1,000 kicks versus 1 kick 1,000 times thing because it's absolutely relevant to trading. And again, I talked about this like 3 or 4 years ago, but what the point is, as Chris is saying, Bruce Lee famously said, it's better to practice. I don't fear the man who practices 1,000 different types of kicks. I fear the man that practices one type of kick 1,000 times. And it's very relevant for trading as well. A lot of people try to be too broad with regards to like their trading patterns. Like you guys see me, my trading patterns that I use regularly are kind of the same thing over and over and over again. I've got a couple different in my, trading, my arsenal now, but it's really the same thing. Like how many times do y'all see a stock have really bad earnings? Everybody's like, oh, doom and gloom, because it drops huge percentages. Or have a stock have mixed reports, like mixed earnings, where they're not super bad, but they're not good. Stock drops huge percentages. I buy it up, ride the bounce, and then sell pretty quickly. I do that over and over and over again. Why? Because it works. I'm going to keep doing what works, and I've done it over and over again to where I'm confident in it. How many times have y'all seen me buy Disney at the low 90s and sell at, 100 plus? Over and over and over again, I've done that. How many times have I bought Snapchat now as it dips down to 7 and 8s? Over and over and over again. And so, again, I don't care if I've traded it before. I know those strategies work for me. I can't guarantee they're going to work for you. I'm not an investment professional. I'm not liable if you lose. Always make your own assessment, trade responsibly. Don't sue me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But those strategies work well for me, man. I've been using them for a year plus now. I'm green on the year on Thinker, so I'm trading them. They just work for me personally. Again, when everybody's telling me the sky's falling with regards to an individual stock, as long as it's a healthy company and it's not FRC or PACW or Mullen, as long as it's a healthy company that's got an arguable business model, I don't have any problem in buying that up. I used to do it all the time. And so absolutely true, man. Again, don't be too broad. Don't paint with too broad of a brush. Instead, try to really master one specific strategy first, one specific niche of trading first. Then once you do that, you'll be a little bit more free to do whatever you want to do. But yeah, I'm hedging a little bit with gold. A little bit. Stock trading is much more difficult to me than futures or Forex. Well, yeah, I get it, but... Well, it depends on what pattern it is. It really depends on what pattern it is. Like, for instance, my swing trading patterns have been working for a year plus. And so it really depends on what it is. Like maybe a really short-term day trading scalping pattern. Maybe that's true. But I think it depends on what it is. All right, guys, we got about an hour before the ECB rate hike decision. About an hour. We'll put the timer up. But yeah, we got about an hour until the ECB decision here. So we're going to call it 58 minutes and 30 seconds. There we go. All right, so about and again, we get the rate hike decision. ECB is expecting 25 basis point rate hike. It's the European rate hike decision, basically. Because you can never predict. If they were too easy to predict food, then everybody would do it. It would be super easy. Yeah, I think one of the big problems with traders, is that they just attack the wrong strategy and they do it over and over and over again. And a lot of the time, like maybe they're learning from like an old course that somebody sent them or whatever it is. But a lot of them are just trading the wrong strategy and they're doing it over and over and over again. And even though their strategy isn't working, like time has proven their strategy to not work on whatever they're trading. They just kind of keep attacking the same strategy over and over and over again. And they don't know why they're not profitable. It's because you're staying so stubborn with whatever strategy, like high of the day breakouts. High of the day breakouts most of the time don't work. Like they might work sometimes, but half the time you're going to get completely slammed down on them and they are just going to fake you out completely. And so they're not really a great strategy for me personally. I never use them. But again, if new traders just get stuck trading them and they do it over and over and over again and they never change, that's the only sign of strength they know. And then they're crying saying, oh, day trading's rigged or I can't make money. It's like, because you're trading the same strategy over and over again and that doesn't work. You know, like experienced traders buy dips, they buy pullbacks at those highs. You know what I mean? Because that's the top of the range. It's extended. Think about it. Uh, but for whatever reason, people just get stuck doing it, and I don't get it at all, to be honest. But hey. Bear with me, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Let me mute this. Mute the music real quick. All right, guys. All right, guys. Market's still pulling back. All right, guys. So yeah, Tesla is still under the 200 EMA. Is Tesla worth a dip? Is there an argument for a dip by there? Again, I'm in gold. I bought gold. Yeah. Yeah. There's our Discord link. John, what's your bench press number? I could probably bench. I could probably bench like I could probably bench like 250, maybe. Like my max might be like 260. You know. All right, sorry guys. There we go. All right, I'm put the music back up. I was trying to make a clip out of that last thing. I've been kind of doing some more shorts here. Let me play the music. Get the music rolling again. There we go. Actually, wait. I might have to mute the music for just a second here to make sure this works. Hold on one second. Bear with me, guys. Let me try this out. All right, guys. So, all right, guys. So yeah, Tesla bounced up. Apple dipping down. All right, guys. So let me catch back up with the chat. Sorry, team. I was doing something over here. Yeah, I'm on TD Ameritrade. Yeah, I don't know if Tesla's going to pay a divvy, though. What do you think of Schwab? I'm playing put options. Hey, good luck, man. Dude, you bench more than that? Come on, you're chopped. I don't really bench a lot, man. I'm getting too old to bench, bro. Like, I could probably max a little bit more than that if I wanted. I could probably max close to 300, I'm assuming, realistically. But it's been so long since I benched. And I'm kind of past the age now where I'm super worried about my bench press. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just don't bench as much anymore. I'm kind of past the age where I do. Again, I mostly do like, I'll do squats. I'll do chest work. Like I'll do like weighted dips, or like, you know, skull crushers, or, you know, tricep stuff, or, you know, squats, or, you know, whatever. But bench pressing, it's just not something I really am super worried about anymore. I'm just getting too old for it, to be honest. Tesla at 162s here. So again, we'll see if Tesla holds. But Tesla's trying to move back up. I'll put it this way, man. I don't know if building my chest is necessarily like, I don't know if a woman has ever said, "Ooh, what a nice chest that man has." You know? And so, like, if I'm building up my arms, I'm not going to be focusing too much on chest. Like, of course, bench builds triceps as well. But, like, you know, I don't care what my chest looks like. I want big triceps and biceps, you know, and shoulders. And traps, you know what I mean? Like, I'll do backs and shoulders and triceps and legs, and a little bit of, like, I'll do some chest work, but it's not like I'm trying to have a huge chest. I don't think any lady necessarily finds a huge chest attractive, you know. With all the regional bank failures, you think it'll be green today? It might be. I don't know. It really depends, man. Watch PACW. I think PACW is like the big one that we have to pay attention to. PACW is the big one that we got to pay attention to. Again, this is the one where if we're talking about regional bank failures, PACW is going to be the one that you want to watch. That one has had huge drops over the last couple, you know, days. And so in that, we just got to be careful there. You know, because if that tanks, if PACW crashes, then the rest of this, it could trickle into everything else and drag other banks, the market down. Again, I hedged a little bit, bought some gold. PACW is going to be the chopping block. Let's go. Yeah, JP Morgan. My question is, how do the other big boy banks react to all this? Is the question. Like, that's my question. Is how do all the other big boy banks react to all this? Yeah, I mean, I go to the gym multiple times a week, you know, so I work out. Again, just bench press is not one that I focus on anymore. I used to, you know, again, I honestly, up until the last year, like about a year ago, I got rid of I had an at-home weight squat machine and bench press. And so I used to bench at home. I have the weights for it here. And again, back then, again, I maxed out at like 275, you know, 275. So I could probably do a little bit more now, but again, I just don't focus on it super heavily. Texas bill will allow Secretary of the State to overturn. JP Morgan will absorb. Yeah, maybe. I mean, JP Morgan is down too, you know, so JP Morgan is down big too. The big guys are fine now that the government isn't concerned with them owning more than 10%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, again, PACW, which or no, WAL is Western Alliance. So I think it's WAL. Yes, WAL looking really weak too. This is one of the big banks that we really have to pay attention to. So yeah, WAL, big bank. Important to watch. It's something that you want to pay attention to. WAL, it's getting really weak too. PACW getting really weak too. I saw somebody criticizing my thumbnails. Honestly, if you're mad at my thumbnails, you're gonna be mad at everybody, bro. It's literally everybody. You know, the only people that don't do thumbnails like this are people that don't get any views. No offense. You know, so like people could get mad at the thumbnails, but like honestly, the direction of the movement depends on what's going on. Like if you look at again, if you scroll down, you'll see some of them have upward moving thumbnails and a lot of them have downward moving thumbnails. But the market's down today, coming into jobless claims, and so we did a downward move. The market reacted negatively to the FOMC decision, so we did a downward thumbnail. FOMC day, the market moved down, we did a downward thumbnail. AMD posted better than expected results and was green heading into earnings, so we did an upward thumbnail, even though it kind of reacted negative. And so that's all it depends. Like my thumbnails are honestly not that bad. They're really just talking about what we're going over, jobless claims, you know. Literally just says in yellow letters, jobless claims. So I think what they're really upset about is that we're getting views. I think that's what they're truly upset about. Like they're just mad we're getting views. And again, you notice something is that a lot of the people that are the most critical are failed YouTubers themselves. Like so, a lot of the people that are the most critical are people who have failed trying to do the same thing. And so it's kind of like misery loves company situation, you know. WAL is a big one to watch too. WAL over the last day has dropped down from like 33, 34 bucks all the way down to like under 20. And so that's a big drop. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't care about thumbnails because the show is very calm and nice. Yeah, I feel you, man. Yeah, we do. We have up and down. Again, like, look, I don't think a lot of people realize that. But like, look, like here's a good example. Microsoft had green earnings, right? Reacted really positive to earnings. They have an upward moving thumbnail. AMD posted good earnings. They had an upward moving thumbnail. Market moved down from the Fed meeting, so they're down. So it really varies depending on what's going on in the market. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a new one every day, honestly. And again, a lot of people misunderstand. Like, sometimes simplicity is best. So sometimes, like, simplicity is best. You know? To where, a lot of people make it too complicated. They try to put too much wording in their thumbnails. Like, a lot of people try to fill their thumbnails. Just to give you some... Again, I don't want to give away any secrets I have with regards to, like, my channel, but... A lot of people put too many words on their thumbnails, right? Like people can't read all those words. You try to put like 5 different words or sentences on your thumbnails. Like nobody's gonna be able to read all that. So like thumbnails, you need to just keep it short and sweet. So like my thumbnails, what are they about? They are about jobless claims today. And so what do they say? They say jobless claims, you know, live trading. And again, that's kind of how you got to do it. Yeah, Shopify did drop numbers. So what do you think of WAL? I think there's risk in all the small regional banks like Western Alliance, like PACW. I think there's risk in all those small banks, in my opinion. But again, I might be wrong here. I don't know. But I'm skeptical and nervous about investing in those things. Because again, I just think there's risk there. You could incorporate the channel logo and brand into your thumbnail. I don't think it matters that much. You know, I think people think too much about like branding thumbnails. Thumbnails really aren't about that. Like if you look at Mr. Beast's thumbnails, right? He doesn't have the Mr. Beast logo in the thumbnails. He just got a picture, a face just like I got one, and then maybe some catchphrase to try to, but it's not like, like it's not about branding. Thumbnails aren't supposed to be branding. Thumbnails are just trying to get people to click. That's all any thumbnail is. It's just trying to get people to click, But really, if they're mad at my thumbnails, they really should be mad at Mr. Beast's thumbnails. Because his are way more click, But that's all right, man. That's kind of how it is. Hey, thank you, Erebus. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. No, they don't. Yeah, for sure, Corey. I mean, it really is something that it's not super difficult. The guy that taught me this was a guy named Joshua Fluke. He actually has a channel. He used to do a video, and in the video he talked about it, and so I kind of learned a little bit from that. But yeah, I mean, it really is simple. Like thumbnails aren't for branding. Like nobody's gonna care whether you put your brand logo in your thumbnail, right? Like if you look at Mr. Beast, prime example, probably the best example right now. He doesn't have any branding. You don't see his logo anywhere in the thumbnail. Nothing in that thumbnail. You just see, you just see a really enticing thing to click. You know what I mean? Like that's how it goes. That's what you're supposed to do. His don't even have words in them. Yeah, I think sometimes people get too wrapped up in branding, but like none of that matters. Like, especially with regards to thumbnails. WAL again, banks are at risk right now. Banks are at risk. Those are the ones that are at risk, right? Regional banks specifically. So we got Western Alliance, we've got PACW. Those are the ones that are in the most. Those are the ones that if they start falling today, we could be in trouble. But we'll see. Again, it really depends on what happens there. Would you buy the dip in oil? No, I'm not buying the dip in anything right now. I don't think. I bought the dip in a couple things. Oil's down. I mean, I don't know. Exxon all the way down to 107s from 120 or so at the highs. I think there might be an argument for it, but I'm not doing it yet. Maybe. It just depends. Well, we're looking at it. Yeah, I'm not investing in WAL. I'm not going to put any money into banks right now. I just think there's too much risk. I rode banks back up a couple days ago, if you guys remember. So like I rode banks back up. I bought Bank of America. I bought Wells Fargo. Big question is, will AA run? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, tomorrow AMC earnings. Yeah, I'm just nervous about banks. I just think there's risks there. I think there are certain risks there. And so y'all got to be careful because I think there's obvious risks in some of these. Again, let me know what you guys think here. Interesting day for sure. All right, guys. WAL moving back up here, so maybe this could mean some positive things, some good strength here. Um, yeah, who cares who endorses it, guys? Again, let's. I'm gonna kindly ask everybody here to uh, avoid these conversations. They're just too political, and for my taste, we're gonna remove these. And I'd appreciate it if you guys just don't talk about super polarized and political topics. If you can, I appreciate it. I think PTON did have their earnings today. I think they did. Let me see. All right, so Peloton, much larger loss than expected. In terms of EPS, 79-cent EPS versus 46-cent estimates in losses. So 79-cent loss per share versus 46-cent loss per share estimate. So almost doubled the loss size. Not quite doubled, but much larger loss than expected. Sales of 749 million versus 708 million expected. So higher sales, worse EPS. And if you look at Peloton here, it's at 880s. Yeah, regarding me responding, again, some of you guys I'm pretty sure have been banned here before are actually people who have been kind of weird on the stream. And so with that, if I ignore you guys, if I ignore anybody in particular, that's probably why it is, So, yeah, Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. Yeah, what's up, Chris? Well, there's some that are cool, and Yeah, today is May the 4th, Star Wars Day. Yeah, I don't know. PTON, I'm just incredibly skeptical of, man. Again, I just don't see how they can really be making the sales that they want to make to do well. I'm just skeptical of them. Yeah. I swear, John, most days I tune in to listen to your interactions. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. You just get people that are weird. That it's like if they hate the channel so much, why create a bunch of fake names and keep joining it? Yeah, I appreciate it, Chris. Thanks, man. check AMD stock. It's dropping like crazy. Is it really? I wonder if there's an argument for a dip buy here. I wonder if there's an argument for a dip buy. Again, I don't know yet. I'm just kind of waiting here, but I wonder if there's an argument for a dip buy. Again, AMD, we'll see what happens. It had good earnings the other day, but it still didn't react super positively here. And yeah, look at AMD back. It was at 102 back in March, and now it is all the way down to 81s here. Is there an argument at a dip buy for AMD? Let me know. All right. Again, we are at 406.70s here. 406.70s. All right, guys. What will happen in Euro US dollar? Whew, no idea, man. No idea. And again, we do have let me check to see what everybody thinks of the dip buy. Hey, please stop spamming, man. I appreciate it. Are you buying any Coinbase? I don't know. Will Apple bounce back? I don't know, man. Apple has earnings today. That's going to be the interesting thing to watch. Apple has earnings today, so again, it depends. Can you imagine if AMD goes bankrupt? Yeah, I don't know. Should we short PAWC? I don't know, man. I think there's too much risk there. I really think there's too much risk. Again, A and B down. A and B has had a pretty big fall from where it was. I think there could be an argument in a dip buy here too. Again, I did buy a little bit of gold today. Y'all think that was the right move? Again, we still have about 25 minutes or so until jobless claims numbers. 25 minutes. Down 40% this morning for First Horizon. What's the symbol for that? Yeah, guys. So again, we got some time. What's the earnings report for Shopify? Shopify came out with their numbers already. The rate decision for the ECB is at 8:15 market time. So that's in about 23 minutes, 24 minutes or so for the rate hike decision. Got a little bit of time. So that's in about 23. Schwab taking over. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to move my account on TOS to Schwab eventually, but not there yet. How will this rate hike affect gold? You mean the ECB rate hike? I'm not sure. Yesterday's rate hike was 25 basis points. And so today's is going to be 25 basis point expectational numbers is essentially what they got going on. All right, and again, so just to give you some perspective in what's going down today, guys. So today we have jobless claim numbers. The ECB rate hike decision is going to be in 22 minutes. 22 minutes at 8:15 market time or 9:15 market time. I'm sorry. No, 8:15 market time. I'm sorry. So 8:15 market time, the ECB rate hike decision. At 8:30, we get jobless claim numbers. At Okay, so we get the rate hike decision, and then we get the ECB press conference at 10:15. So that is what we got going on today. ECB press conference at 10:15. Rate hike decision at 8:15. How will this rate hike decision affect markets? Well, it's going to affect the European, the ECB. Anyways, guys, AMD backup. Part of me kind of wants to buy AMD. Again, I bought a little bit of gold. I bought a little bit of Snapchat, but it's not like a huge prediction, not a huge position here. Yeah, I have no control over what ads I see on my stream. Yeah. Videos come out daily. That prediction has been made since humans began writing on. Yeah. I mean, I've heard those predictions at least 30 times this year, man. You know, again, every day. I kind of joke about it now because there's so many different people predicting it. Yep. Yep. PM. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell people to dislike the channel, man. These videos come out daily. That prediction has been made since humans. Yeah, smash the like. Yeah, I mean, maybe again, the Fed thinks we're gonna go into a. Fed thinks we're gonna go into a mild recession, and again, I still think they think that. So I don't know if they're gonna accomplish the soft landing that they want. But yeah. Rosenblatt reiterates buy on Apple, maintains $173 price target. Yeah, Apple earnings are this evening as well, and we'll be streaming those live like we always do, of course. Big day for that. Honestly, a big day for that. Apple earnings are probably going to be more influential than a lot of other things today. All right, team. Again, we got a couple minutes here, not that long. Uh, 173 prices are very high. It depends on some people love you so much that they hate you. Hey, I think it's more time. I think again, I think it's more so kind of like, I think it's a mix of like jealousy and just like, I think sometimes people really want to be heard and they really want attention, and sometimes the easiest way to do that is to be critical and weird, you know. But it's like, y'all shouldn't need my attention, you know what I mean? Like, I'm super busy, I got a wife and kids, man, you know. And so it's like, if you make my life harder, I'm just gonna ignore you, you know. Should be a pretty understandable thing. John, maybe the Qs could be a scalp play today. Maybe. It depends on what the Apple stock does. Apple has earnings this evening. And again, if you want to know the expectation on numbers for Apple, Apple is at 144 EPS on 92.94 billion, just under 93 billion expectation for revenue. And again, we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. It's because you don't love them back, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm doing something right if I'm making people jealous on the internet, you know. It's okay. I'll take it. You know, when you look this good, I mean, listen, people are gonna get it. People are gonna hate, you know. I thrive in it. I was born in it, you know. What's the Batman quote? The Batman quote's something like that. I always get it wrong. A weak call? I don't know, man. I didn't lose any money yesterday. Oh, I did lose money yesterday. I lost like $30, but it wasn't a lot. I ended up making money in futures. If you want to look at my P&L, you know, here was my P&L in futures yesterday. But again, I think I lost money in stocks. So, I mean, you know, but I think it was like $30. Yeah, it was Bane. All I remember is I was raised in it. That's all I remember, you know. Yeah, for sure. DS, 100%, man. Yeah, look at AMD dip. Part of me's thinking about buying the AMD dip. All right, guys, we got about 12 minutes. 12 minutes before the ECB rate hike decision. Remember, at 8:30, we get jobless claims. Honestly, great movie. Best Batman movie ever. The Dark Knight trilogy. Best Batman trilogy movie, whatever ever, in my opinion. Maybe like the early 1990 or it might have been the late 80s one with what's his name, and it was solid, with Catwoman. But it's been a while since I've seen that one. Again, we are down on the SPY just now, broke under 4.650s. Yeah, Michael Keaton is what it was. Yeah, Christopher Nolan really is, man. Honestly, my daughter's a movie buff like me, because like one of the ways my daughter and I hang out is we watch movies, right? So my job is to show her all the greatest movies in the world. I showed her Interstellar, The Matrix, one Quentin Tarantino movie, which now I regret because I think she's still a little bit too young to watch Quentin Tarantino. But I showed her all the best movies ever. You know, The Shawshank Redemption. Recently we watched Good Will Hunting. You know, so it's like my job to show her the best movies ever. And so I showed her the Dark Knight trilogy. Great. One of the, again, Christopher Nolan is really the GOAT. It's either him or what's his name that did Goodfellas and The Irishman and Scorsese. It's either Scorsese or Christopher Nolan. Those are my top two. Tarantino would probably be 3. You know, give me your top 3 movie producers. You know, directors, whatever. Wolf of Wall Street, yeah, but that was Scorsese. Your movie taste is realistic, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like good movies, man. You know, and there's some good movies. Again, Scorsese and Christopher Nolan are probably my top 2. I'd probably put Nolan above Scorsese just because I think Interstellar was one of my favorite movies. It was one of my daughter's favorite movies too. You know, you also might have who's the guy that did Titanic? The dude that did Titanic and Avatar. Those are really good movies too. James Cameron. He's also really solid too. Kubrick, nah, man. Kubrick stuff is too. It's too vague. Like I know, like Clockwork Orange and stuff. That was Kubrick, right? But I don't like. I like some of his stuff, but not all of it. I like almost every single Scorsese movie, almost every single Tarantino movie, almost every single Christopher Nolan movie. They're all good. Kubrick, not so much. Oh yeah, we've seen all the Back to the Future movies for sure. J.J. Abrams is all right. Like Signs was good. Anyways, we got 8 minutes until the ECB rate hike decision. Again, just like yesterday, it's overwhelmingly expected that we're gonna do 25 basis points for the ECB rate hike decision. It's overwhelmingly expected here. Jobless claims are coming out at 8:30. For that, we still got like 25 minutes or so. So we still got about 25 minutes until jobless claims come out. But still, I mean, it's a relevant thing. We'll cover it as soon as it drops. Again, it's overwhelmingly expected for 25 basis points. Yeah, Gladiator, great. Ridley Scott, good movies for sure. I never said fake. I never said Kubrick stuff was fake. I said it was too vague. I think they were too vague. You know, again, I like Clockwork Orange. But yeah, Prometheus was great too. I like Prometheus. Prometheus didn't get good reviews, but I liked it. All right, guys. Oh, dude, Midsummer, man. Honestly, I watched Midsummer, and I got sick. And so I'll always remember Midsummer because I watched it one night with Carol, and then 3 hours later, I woke up with like a fever, sick. Never forget that. And I haven't watched it since. I can't put myself to watch it. It's still, because I got sick right afterwards, it's like ingrained into me, though. Like I can remember watching it. And because now I related to those sick feelings, you know, I just don't want to watch it again. But it was good. Cejudo or Sterling? I'm going to go with Cejudo. I hope Cejudo wins because I thought Sterling, I think everybody lost a lot of respect for Sterling after he basically won the championship by disqualifying his opponent. And he was obviously faking, I hope Cejudo wins. But to be honest, I think Sterling will probably win. Alien 1 and 2 are better than Prometheus. Yeah, I mean, my daughter and I watched Alien 1 and 2. So we've watched the Alien movies. I think we watched part of 3. Yeah, I don't know, Phoenix. I don't know what's going to happen to Euro US dollar. Bro. I don't know if it's a bot or what it is, but he keeps saying it over and over again. All right, guys, 5 minutes until the rate hike decision for the ECB. Yeah, maybe, Jay. Again, we'll see, dude. Dude, the last one was sad, bro. We recently watched the last Avatar movie. It was sad, man. Way sadder than I expected it to be. All right, again, guys, we are at the 200 EMA for AMD. Oh, I like Pulp Fiction. No, it wasn't Pulp Fiction. It wasn't From Dusk Till Dawn. It was, I can't say it was true. It was the World War II one. And in hindsight, again, shouldn't have watched it with her. But I guess the way I look at it, again, I've said this before, is like when I let my kids watch movies, I think a lot of people shelter their children from all types of movies when they're young, and I do as well. But my daughter's a teenager now, right? So she's old enough to watch some of this stuff with me. The other thing is, like I've said it before, but like I think you got to expose your kids to the world sometimes. I think if you shelter them too much, and I don't think you should just never shelter them. I think you should shelter them from some things, obviously. But I think if you shelter them too much, they're not going to have a firm grasp on reality in the world. And so a lot of the time, the people that are sheltered the most when they're young, they turn out to be obsessed. They turn out to be obsessed with those things as they get older because it's like they never had access to them. And so when they finally are able to watch them or see them, they just become obsessed with them, right? And that causes imbalances in a lot of different ways. And so I try to let my kids like understand the world and what we live in. And that includes violence sometimes. Like they need to understand the fragility of life sometimes. But again, there's a limit to what I'll let the kids watch. And so it depends. Tesla at 161s right now. And again, we'll see if Tesla bounces. It's been pretty sideways. The market has been mostly in a little downward trend of the last couple minutes. We still got about 2.5 minutes until the actual rate hike decision is announced. And again, the press conference is much later on today. So the press conference, I believe, is at 10:15 market time. But yeah, kind of a slow day right now. And again, we'll see what happens. Michael, you can't actually be serious. I'm pretty sure you're just a troll. Again, I obviously said there's a limit to what I'll let the kids watch, but like, again, if you restrict them too much, they're going to watch it anyway. And there's an obvious difference between that and what you're saying here. Of course, there's a difference there. Again, you can't shelter them too much, I think. Again, that causes imbalanced kids. But again, we can agree to disagree in some ways. It's not like my kids don't have social media. It's not like my kids are on social media, and so it's not like I just let them do whatever. They don't have social media. They don't have access to their phone, to tablets or phones. My son can't play video games during the week. Like, we're not just letting my kids run wild, of course. But again, I think calculated, allowing them to watch certain things in calculated ways is understandable. Again, if you restrict them too much, it's generally going to cause imbalances. A 25 basis point rate hike is what's expected here, and it's about to go live right now. Again, it's almost certain to be 25 basis points. Now, again, the real question is, what did they say during the press conference? Just like Jerome Powell yesterday, the real question is going to be what they say during the press conferences. Right, 100% Kieran. All right, guys. Here's the rate hike decision right now. Well, my son's 9, and so, he's not going to need social media. My daughter's 13, and she wants social media, but again, we're going to give her a couple more years before we let her have them. All right, let's see what the ECB rate hike decision is. All right, 25 basis points is what came in for ECB. 25 basis point rate hike decision by the ECB. Again, pretty much overwhelmingly expected here. We told you guys we'd probably do that. And so, again, 25 basis point rate hike decision for the ECB. And, again, not incredibly surprising. Again, almost everybody expected this. They said the ECB hikes, here, we're going to put the data up on screen. The ECB statement says they hiked rates 25 basis points. As expected, the policy rate decisions will continue to be based on its assessment of the inflation outlook in light of the incoming economic and financial data, end quote, ECB. And again, we'll put this up on screen so you can see kind of what's going down. But again, 25 basis point rate hike was overwhelmingly expected here. We got jobless claims in about 14 minutes now. Yeah, I remember watching the Leprechaun movies too. I remember watching. Honestly, I used to go to a place down by my house called Video Visions. Right, it was a VHS rental store, and bro, I used to go there and rent all these crazy movies as a kid. And they would let me rent them too when I was like 12, 10, 11. I remember I rented the Leprechaun movies. I was really into horror. I remember I rented Hellraiser. I remember renting a bunch of different stuff, man. But again, when I got older, like, I'm not a super violent person. Like, I think, and one of the things that contributed to that was not. Again, I think there's a difference between putting your kids in a bubble and restricting access to certain things. And I think again, I think you got to let your kids understand the world. All right, guys, and now we have jobless claims numbers here. Again, we got jobless claims numbers. Yeah, the ECB 25 basis point rate hike. We got jobless claims at 8:30, guys. 8:30 for jobless claims. And again, we will cover this data live on stream. Yeah, my kids can't watch those movies, Brandon. Not those movies. Those movies are, again, if I could go back, I wouldn't have watched them either. But yeah, those were the good old days, man. I remember I used to rent Sega games in the same way, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. My kids ain't watching those. Ben Armstrong says, quote, I'm amazed how many of you keep getting rug pulled day after day. Like, why are you in these crap coins? I've never heard of any of these. I honestly agree with them to a certain extent, to be honest. Like, how are you guys getting stuck in these sketchy penny stock plays? How are y'all bag holding terrible penny stocks day after day after day? Again, somebody asked me yesterday, they said, hey, any advice to AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, you know, meme stock traders that are stuck down big in positions? Stop getting wrapped up in these, bro. I said it yesterday. Again, and I'll say it again. If the community makes you feel all warm and fuzzy, like you're part of this great community of traders, you know, like you're going to get rich one day buying this $3 stock, $5 stock, $10 stock. Like you're going to get rich one day buying it. Like this is just the greatest community ever. Like you feel like you're such a part of this great community. You're in the wrong stock. Apple doesn't need that. You know, Tesla doesn't need that. Good companies don't need those warm and fuzzy communities. You know why? It's because they're gonna what's gonna prove those stocks to build those communities is gonna be the stock price. You know, and so a lot of the time these communities try to make it a moral issue. They'll try to say, oh well, you know, all of these guys trying to keep us. You know, the big man's trying to keep us down. You know, the big man is just keeping us down. You know. The most righteous company ever, AMC, is just being attacked by all these evil corporations. It's such ridiculous. Like these are bad companies. Let's just be honest here. Mullen, terrible company. Did a 1 for 25 split, reverse split today. Terrible company. Most likely from NASDAQ minimum listing requirement notices. These are just not good companies. Bed Bath & Beyond, no reasonable argument for future success. Like how is Bed Bath & Beyond supposed to succeed long term? Again, no reasonable argument here. And so again, you gotta learn to understand what you're hearing when you see all this stuff. Yeah, so again, yeah, man. Again, if you follow some of these stocks, they're gonna act like they are just the epitome of righteousness, and that these companies are just the greatest companies ever, and that the big man is just keeping them down. These evil API glitches. You know, when the stock didn't even drop that much from it. You know, or just keeping the good man down is what they're gonna say, and it's all silly. Again, it's all trying to make it a moral issue so that you don't sell. Like that's all they're trying to do. You know, because if you think it's a moral issue, if they think that they can make you feel like it gives your life meaning to hold a stock, you'll never sell. And that's what they want. They want you to just not sell. No matter how much it drops, they want you to stay in it. And how do they do that? They make it a moral issue. They make it, you know, you're fighting against, you know, wrongs here by holding AMC as it drops 60% a year. You know, you're fighting against the big man. You know, that's what they want you to think. And that's just, again, most of these are just not good companies. I'm not saying AMC's not, and I'm in AMC right now. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of these companies that are just sketchy, that are just bad companies, you know. But again, they're never down. These terrible companies are never down because they're terrible. They're always down because the big man's keeping them down, they say. Michael, you sound like somebody that's probably sitting on huge bags of losses in penny stocks, and now you're insecure because I'm saying this. GG to you, sir. Good day. Yeah, Mullen, super sketchy. Again, we'll see what happens with jobless claims numbers here. And again, if you're getting mad at the messenger here, you're probably who I'm talking to. If you're mad at the messenger here, being honest with you. Because again, I have no reason to say this. If anything, it probably hurts my channel. If you're mad at me for saying it, you might want to evaluate how gullible you're being. You know, like that's the truth, right? If you're mad at me for saying it, you probably want to really think about if you're getting talked into holding some terrible positions over all this different stuff, right? That's the only reason to get mad at the messenger. You might disagree with what I'm saying, and that's okay. It's all love here. We can agree to disagree. But I think you got to take a step back, be introspective here sometimes, guys. Yeah, you should never fanboy any company. I don't care what it is. You should never fanboy any specific company. Like, you always got to be willing to cut whatever you're in immediately. If you feel shame for selling, you're in the wrong stocks. You know, and that's just something that you really need to understand. Big bags, Brad. Yeah, probably. All right, guys. Hey, we got 6 minutes here. 6 minutes before jobless claims numbers come out. I think 6 minutes. Yeah, 6 minutes before jobless claims numbers come out. Again, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. I appreciate all the love and support here. Let's keep the growth up on this channel, guys. Crazy views yesterday. Yesterday, we got like 50,000, 40, 50,000 views for the rate hike decision. We appreciate the love, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, good timing, Kay. Yeah, that was the right move, I think. Did gold set a new high? I'm in gold right now. It's not breaking highs. Maybe yesterday. GLD hit 195, so maybe that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I think banks are sketchy right now. I'm not putting money in banking because, again, I think PACW, WAL, struggling right now. Struggling. What's the symbol for that one, Ty? What's the symbol for that one? Hey. Love you. Have a good day. Yeah. All right. Good for you, Chris. Congrats. So again, I think higher jobless claims number is going to equal a negative market response. It's going to equal a positive market response. I think a lower jobless claims number is going to equal a lower market response. Again, we got Tesla popping up a little bit. We got about 3.5 minutes until jobless claims numbers come out. About 3.5 minutes. So, hey, hit that subscribe button. We got about 800 people here. And so if you have not already sub, hit the notification bell. I appreciate it. We are going to throw it in sub-only mode. That'll get rid of some of these haters, to be honest. There we go. So, hey, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. I have burner accounts on standby. Yeah, something told me you did, Buck. You know. I thought the lower the number, it's worse because that means more people have jobs, so they're getting raises and having to raise prices more, so inflation. No, I think it's the opposite, Mick, or Mr. C. So again, I think like the way you have to look at it is like this, okay? The more people working means the more people spending. The more people spending means higher inflation because people are spending more, and that in turn is causing prices to go up, right? That is the logic, I think. So again, the more people spending, the more prices are going to go up theoretically. At least that's kind of been the nuance of the last couple jobless claims reports. So again, that's kind of been the nuance of the last jobless claims report. And again, we'll see if that's the same for this one. I think right now we do have some reignited recession fears going on that it makes it a little bit different than last time. Dude, my son can never open this door. He's running at it. Oh, you got it, bro. Nice work, dude. You got it. You opened the door, bro. Congrats, man. Love you, buddy. Have a good day at school, man. And again, I'm just speculating here, Mr. C. So I really have no idea. And again, I'm not saying I agree with it, of course. I'm absolutely not saying I agree with it. Because again, I want more people working. But like right now, it's a tricky market for sure. Yeah, it's never cut and dry. Again, SPY moving back up in the VWAP here. Here's the data release right now, guys. So again, let's see what the numbers showed up as. All right, guys, jobless claim numbers. Expectations 240K. 240K expected. Trade balance came in at 64.2 billion. Doesn't look like jobless claims 242,000. Higher than expected jobless claims numbers at 242,000. 242,000. And again, hit the subscribe button, guys. We cover this data weekly right here on YouTube. 242K versus 240,000 expected, guys. And again, you see how fast we report these. Again, so we cover this data fast. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. 242,000 versus 240,000 expected for jobless claims. Market is actually liking this. Look, and we covered this before the market even responded to it, guys. So again, hit the subscribe button. Again, you can either pay for Bloomberg Terminal, which is $30K a year, or you can join the Beginner Trading live stream channel. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. So pretty neutral. I mean, it wasn't a huge release, but it is a little bit over expected. So higher expected, less people working, which means less people spending, which means less inflationary problems. And we thought we might get a reaction like this. And look at the big green candle here. So we did get a reaction here. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. In terms of inflation, it's better. This is better for inflation. Again, I'm not saying I agree with it, but in terms of inflationary problems, this is something the market is going to be seen as positive, and that's why we're moving up, if that makes sense. But yeah, up to 407 on the SPY right now, up to 407. Higher claims are technically better for the market. Yeah. Yeah, it was just a slight beat on expectational numbers. And again, look at the SPY rip at 407s. I mean, it's up. It's not a huge rip, but it is moving up some. So not too bad. Again, we'll see if it continues up to getting ready to test the 200 EMA right now too. So getting ready to test the 200 EMA. And again, we'll see if it holds up there. So far, market has liked this news. We might trade a little bit right now too. Go ahead and buy 50 shares of the SPY here. We'll take 50. See if we get a little pop up. There we go. Covered a piece of it just to lock in profit. Now we can kind of sit on the rest. So a nice little pop up here. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and scale a little bit more out of this too. Take 10 shares off now. We had a lot better here. We're over the 200 EMA though. That's a great sign. Look at Tesla rip. We're up only small amounts here, to be honest. So we could have been on more, but part of me wants to add back to it, but I think I'm just gonna sit. We are over the 200 EMA. That's good. All right, we're just going to sit on this. It's just 25 shares. Tesla making a nice little pop up on this jobless claims report. What are your thoughts on Apple's pre-movement? Honestly, I haven't been looking at Apple too much. Apple has earnings today, though, so they're down a little bit, but they're kind of trending with the market. Like the market gapped down in pre-market and then rebounded a little bit. And that's kind of what Apple did. Apple gapped down and rebounded a little bit, so... Okay, now we might add a little bit more back to this here, since we can. Right, so we got in a little bit more, 35 shares. Take a little bit more if we can, get filled. All right, 45. We'll go ahead and make it a clear 50 here. We only need 4 shares. There we go. All right, so we're in 50 shares now. That'll be much easier to deal with. See if we get a continuation pop back up. We do have the ECB press conference in 11 minutes. So we do have the ECB press conference in 11 minutes. Should I stream the ECB press conference? I think I'm just going to stream the open. Yeah, so yeah, Apple does report earnings today. And again, we will be streaming that whole thing. So we'll be streaming it. All right, so we just locked in some more gains here. Got a nice little pop right at the VWAP here. We'll go ahead and take a little bit more off, just lock in some more profit. Now we'll just sit on the rest. I guess the question is, should I stream the ECB conference here? The conference starts in about 10 minutes. Should I stream it at 8:45 market time? I guess the question is, do I stream the conference? Do you guys want me to? I can. Or would you rather me just day trade the open? I mean, we trade futures. We're going to trade it a little bit closer to the open. We trade a little bit of both, though. Like, I have, like, my TOS account's got about 50,000 in it or so. So I probably have about 200,000 liquid buying power in my TOS account. But we're going to day trade on Top Step today as well. And so stick around. We'll be there. Also, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, guys. We need 50 more subscribers to break 106,000 subscribers. We just need 50 more, which is reasonable and doable, I think. 50 more subs. Do it now. You know you want to. Just try one time. It might feel good. Hit the sub button, guys, if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. I'll put the ECB up. Look at Tesla rip here. We did buy gold. We're down a little bit there, but not much. And again, if you haven't already, check out TopStep funded account program for futures. And again, what it ultimately does is it allows you to day trade futures with no PDT rule, and there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short futures without PDT restriction. And TopStep is a funded account program, and there's no PDT in futures. And again, you see me trading the SPY right here. You can do this in futures without restriction by the PDT rule. We're gonna go ahead and cut this and just take the little small gain. But you could do what I just did in futures without the PDT rule. You can day trade short futures with no PDT restrictions. And TopStep is the most legit futures funded program in the world, where they give you a demo and they test your skill. The base one's 50K demo. And so it's a great middle ground of pressure for traders to learn. Just taking the challenge is going to help you be a better trader, in my opinion. Just taking the challenge is going to help you trade better. If you fail, it's not the end of the world. The base one on TopStep is like $140 if you use my link. But if you pass it, moving forward after you pass it, you get 90% of your profit once you're funded. And so it really is the best of both worlds, where if you fail, it's much less than you would if you put the money up yourself. But if you pass it, you're still keeping 90% of your profit once you move forward after that. So it makes a ton of sense. They are a sponsor of mine. And so I'm absolutely biased in their favor, of course, because they pay me money. And I'm always honest and transparent about that naturally. But again, if you want to check them out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel here. And again, I'll post this link right here. So yeah, check them out if you haven't already. It's definitely the top 3 oldest thumbnails in the world right now. Right, so again, we cut this right at the right time too on the SPY. All right, guys. So another good day in trading for me yesterday. Make it like that. And then we'll put this down here. This over here. Go. SPY up there. And again, this is the S&P 500. TopStep has paid traders $8 million since 2020. Wow. You look way younger in the thumbnail. Oh, well, man, what a passive aggressive comment there. Yeah, we're not gonna use this as an opportunity, especially if you're just now showing up 100. We're not gonna use this as a time to badmouth sponsors just to troll. Yeah, but honestly, some paper trading accounts cost the same amount. Top 3 youngest traders in the world. Hey, we definitely try to be the youngest trader ever of all time. We don't beat that little 15-year-old with braces trying to act like he's some market guru, though. We don't beat him. Y'all seen this kid? He's like, I'm a stock market expert. I make 40K a week, bro. And it's like, bro, sit down. Go do your homework, kid. Like, you know you don't. Like, making 40K one time or making 20K one time in a trade does not mean you make it weekly. Like, it's kind of like that other kid, Caleb, who's trying to act like he's some huge salesman. He's like, I haven't done deals, but I've talking to Grant Cardone. You know, it's like, bro, y'all sit down, dude. Like, go do your homework, man. Like, anybody that buys services from those little 15-year-old kids deserves to lose the money, okay? Like, sit down. Maybe I'm just jealous because that kid's got a larger following than me. That might be it, honestly. Maybe I'm just jealous. It's possible. It is free for the practice account, Chris. Practice account is free, brother. Oh, I know I look good, bro. I mean, listen, I'm definitely top 3 greatest looking traders of all time, man. You know? I mean, people can try to act like I don't because they're mad, but, like, you know, listen. when you look this good, people are going to hate. I've just gotten used to it. You know, humility flows through me like water. Okay. Tsla bouncing up to 163s here. SPY at 407s. Again, we'll see if it holds. Again, I'm not really confident in anything. I bought up a little. I bought gold this morning just in case we get like a bank run today. I think that might make gold bounce. I also bought up a little bit of Snapchat as well. A little bit of Snapchat, but not much. Yeah, PACW struggling. That's the risky one right now. I think PACW is the one that's like kind of sketchy. Let me put this up here. Yeah, humility flows through me like water, you know. When you look this good, I mean, you can't help it but be humble as possible. Definitely top 3 most humble. You know. We'll see if gold bounces back. Again, I did buy gold. Schwab on sale. Yeah, I think Schwab will be fine. I think one of the problems with a lot of these is that, you know, Schwab, TD Ameritrade, the E-Trade, they all started offering 0 commission. I think that affected their margins. Now, I know they're doing order flow payment stuff now, but I think that affected their margins. But I think Schwab's going to be fine. I think Schwab's big enough to not worry about it. I ended up buying GLD, which is just the gold ETF, but I mean, somebody said, I have physical gold and silver. Is it time to sell? It really depends on what your plan is, brother. So like, okay, gold is used as a hedge against inflation, right? Like that's what gold is. Like gold is a hedge against inflation. The S&P 500 is also a hedge against inflation. Real estate is a hedge against inflation. To understand what those assets do, their main job is to keep up with inflation. Because if you sit on cash, you're obviously losing money over time with inflation, right? And so one of the ways to hedge that is to buy gold or buy silver or buy the S&P 500 or buy real estate. So whether you should sell gold depends on what your plan for the immediate future is. If you are trying to use that money for something, you know, do whatever you want to do. But if you don't need the money for anything right now, again, long term, gold will probably keep going up, of course, as inflation gets higher, because that's the purpose of it. If you look at what gold has done in the last 20 years, gold has basically 4x'd, I think, in the last 20 years, if I remember correctly. Let me look. And so it's outperformed the S&P 500. Yeah, so if you look at the gold ETF, gold has over 4x'd in terms of GLD. So gold is about 4x'd, 4.5x'd almost in the last 20 years. Give or take 18 to 20 years. If you look at the S&P I think is up. Let me see. If you look at SPX here, you go back at a 20-year chart. The S&P has gone from, I don't know, the S&P has done basically the same thing. Or not so much, actually. Let me see. The S&P has done a little bit less. It's underperformed gold slightly, you know. And so the S&P is about 3x'd over the last 18 years. Gold has 4.5x'd. So gold over time has been outperforming the S&P. Now, again, the question is, do you need that money? You know, I have no idea. Ask your accountant, brother. Again, not a CPA, not liable if you lose. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I might be wildly wrong about anything and everything I say. Gold might crash down to $1 tomorrow, for all I know. Okay, don't copy me. But I think that's the kind of, I think that's the aspect you have to look at it with, you know. Yeah, the ECB conference is about to start. It's all good, man. I'm probably not going to stream the ECB one. I could stream it, but honestly, if I stream it, I'm going to be sitting on stream for another hour and a half or 2 hours, and I don't know if I want to do that, man. I've been streaming so much lately. It's just been so busy. Great for the channel growth. Like, we've been growing amazingly. We're about to break 106,000 subscribers, and so it's great. Getting, yesterday we got like 40,000 views or so. So it's been great and everything, but I'm tired, man. Again, I've been streaming for like anywhere between like 5 and 8 hours a day, and that's not even all the work. Like, I actually work after that too, so it's just tiring. I'll give you guys the link though if you want to watch it yourself. Let me know if you want it. Pokemon. I bought my son some Pokemon cards. Mostly just because I wanted him to be into investing like I am, and I think one of the ways to spark that interest is to, I bought him like a Charizard holographic. I bought him like a couple cards that hopefully in 10 years are worth something and he can, be interested in it. I mean, you can call it any investment asset a hedge against inflation, Robert. You can call it the S&P, real estate, gold, silver, precious metals, Pokemon cards. You can call whatever you want a hedge against inflation because that's what it's doing. That's the purpose of it. I'll put it this way. A lot of people are using gold as a hedge against inflation. You can call it whatever you want, but a lot of people are using it as a hedge against inflation and have been. Now you might think it's extended on the upside, and that's fine, but, a lot of people are using it as that hedge, and they have been. Yeah, if y'all want the link, I got you. Hold on. All right, guys. I think this is it right here. Let me make sure.
Area economy grew by 0.1% in the first quarter of 23, according to Eurostat preliminary flash estimate. Lower energy prices, the easing of supply bottlenecks, and fiscal policy support for firms and households have contributed to the resilience of the economy. At the same time, private domestic demand.
All right, so there's again, I'm not going to watch this right now. But yes, you have to pay for the subscription, BZ. E-mini is a futures contract, Christopher. Check out Top Step in the description if you want to check it out. Again, Top Step is a funded program for futures in which they give you a demo and they test your skill. And if you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules, they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split once you're funded. Most people are going to fail it, of course. And I always try to be honest about that because most day traders lose money. People will be like, oh, no, John, most people fail these combines. It's like, of course they do. Most people fail day trading. But that's kind of the point, is that like if you put the money up yourself and you try to do it that way, you're probably going to lose way more. That's why they're valuable, is because it's a great middle ground to where it's like you're not risking 10K yourself. You're also not just pure paper trading. You're trading with a purpose in that regard. And so it's a perfect middle ground to teach traders how to perform under pressure without taking on too much risk, if that makes sense. No, I don't have a Bloomberg Terminal subscription. If I did, no offense, I wouldn't be feeding you guys the information like that. I'm not going to give up my sources or where I get the information, but it's, they're mostly free sources, in all honesty. Jim Cramer said, quote, the breaking of the First Horizon TD deal will cause ripples through the regional bank indexes. I have plenty in the morning. But who in the world is going to buy Cramer's subscription right now? Unless they're opposite trading it. Yeah, absolutely. Here's a great quote that I think everybody at home should listen to. Few people get rich doing what they hate for a living. Very few people get rich doing what they hate for a living. Most people get rich doing what they love for a living. And so if you want to succeed, do what you love. Honestly, there's whatever you like, whatever interest you have, whatever passions you have. There's probably some type of niche around that you can, do in business. So whatever you're interested in, focus on that. You're going to be more passionate about it. Absolutely. And I can absolutely attest to this. This is absolutely true. I love trading, and so I created this trading community, and it doesn't feel like work. I'm tired sometimes because of how much I have to, work, but it really doesn't feel like work. Like, I genuinely look forward to starting the stream up and chilling with everybody here every day. I truly do. I look forward to hanging out with everybody here, and I hope you guys have a good time hanging out here as well. I try to keep it as reasonable as I can, but I appreciate y'all. Great community here, I think. Meta, yeah, I have to check it out. Market's moving up a little bit, probably maybe what they're saying in the ECB conference. Yeah, that's all good, Cal. I think it's only relevant to business, though. So, like, Cal, I'm not talking about, like, in terms of work and employment, get whatever job's going to pay you the most, honestly, as long as it's reasonable. Like, get whatever job's going to pay you the most in terms of, like, working for somebody else. What I mean, though, is that if you're going to build your own business, do it around something you love, something that you're truly passionate about. Because I'll tell you this. And again, I'm not acting like I'm just the greatest businessman of all time. Like, that's not what I'm acting like. But what I have succeeded in life is doing or the things that I have succeeded in are things that I genuinely enjoy, like trading, real estate. Genuinely enjoy those things. And so building a business is hard. Is the easiest way to put it. Like, building any business is very difficult. Most people fail building businesses, and I think the common thing people use as an example is, like, most people fail at 6 businesses before they succeed at 1. And that's absolutely true. I failed at least 6 before I succeeded at 1. But burnout is a real thing. Like, burning yourself out working constantly is a real thing. And the only way to get by that burnout, the only way to keep pushing despite the burnout feeling, is if you truly enjoy what you're doing. If you do not enjoy what you're doing, you're going to stop. You're going to not push. You're going to quit, if that makes sense. Because, again, you're not enjoying it, and burnout is real. But if you truly enjoy it and you're passionate about whatever it is, it's a lot easier to keep going. It's a lot easier to keep doing what you're doing. It's a lot easier to motivate yourself, if that makes sense. I guess market's towards the top of the range. Tesla's still pushing up. It's at 163s right now, 163s. Do you think IEP is going the way of PACW? I don't know. I bought IEP yesterday and I lost money. I ended up losing like 30 bucks, I think, on it. But I cut it. I sold it. It looks like it was the right move. This one is just, I bought SQ when it dipped and made money on that. I tried to do it with this one. It just didn't work. Yeah, 30,000 for Bloomberg Terminal. Whew, just too much. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet, guys. I appreciate it. Also, if you haven't yet, join my real estate channel. Subscribe my real estate channel, guys. Here's the link here. Even if, we're going to be covering broad real estate stuff. So we're going to be covering broad real estate, nationwide real estate stuff. So if you haven't yet subscribed to it, it's not just local. Some of it's local, but if you haven't subscribed to it yet, here's the link. Give your boy a subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, you only buy that services if you're working for a hedge fund, or I think another like I think if you I think if you are trading a large enough account to where, 30K a year, number one, you can write it off is one of the things. Like you could write that off. So like in terms of like business expenses, it might be justifiable for some people. Like in terms of taxes every year, I'm, paying the government tens of thousands of dollars in taxes every year. Uh, I suppose I could theoretically buy Bloomberg Terminal and just write it off, and then say it's a business expense. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do that. But I suppose you could, and I think that's where people might find uses in that. Is you know as a business expense. But I don't see much of a use in it. Like I'm not going to spend 30K on that. I think that's a hard expense. Um, I would rather have just documented tax history of me paying that much a year because that'll help me get loans and, stuff if I ever need them. You know what I mean? Is that true, Todd? That's scary stuff. Um, yeah, that's scary, man. That's scary. All right, sorry, I had to talk to my kids for a second. But yeah, so that's scary stuff, man. That's scary stuff if true. Yeah, I'm looking up the news now. Yeah, so again, E-mini has been pretty sideways and choppy here heading into the opening, but we still got about 27 minutes until the market opens. Sorry, I'm kind of looking up the comments here. I mean, Tanner, number one, I am not licensed to give real estate advice across the country. You know, I'm not licensed to do so. But if you guys want me to refer you to like some high closing agents in your area, if you need to sell or buy a home, I can do that. I can refer you to agents all across the world. And like I've got a team that can look up, you know, the best chances of closing, like the best agents in your area, and refer you to them pretty easily. So again, if you want that, email me at beginnertrading@gmail.com, or you know, you can also do it at john@inkedrealestate.com. Hey, what's up, Mike? Michelle? How much do you think you need to get started in real estate? I have 20K saved. Is that enough in this market? For what? Again, I can't give you real estate agent advice, but it depends on what like you're trying to do. Buying and selling. Well, I mean, again, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not telling you what to do. But to buy and sell, like you have to have good credit. You have to have a mortgage company that's willing to loan you some stuff. You know, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Honestly, pretty big. I can refer you to some high closing agents in that area, Sam, if that's what you want me to do. And again, I'm going to put my real estate information up. Just for, you know, just because I have to put that stuff up. There's the page. And again, if you want to go give me a subscribe on my real estate channel, I appreciate it. Here is the link to that. Why not buy cash without a mortgage? Well, I mean, that's easy to say. I mean, I'm more interested in buying cash right now than a mortgage, but I don't think everybody has income like that, you know, or money like that. Most people do not. Most people only have, you know, some saved. They're not going to be able to buy, you know, right now at bare minimum, if you want to buy like a good house, you're going to need like 300,000. Most people don't have 300,000 in the bank, you know. Again, the market's pretty sideways and choppy here. If I want to buy crypto coins, I have 5K. Any advice? No advice for me. I have no idea what you should buy. Good luck. Y'all be safe. Yeah, I mean, you can buy or sell without an agent. It's not really, I mean, for buyers, an agent's free, just to put it into perspective. Like for buyers, an agent's free anyway. So like a buyer doesn't have to pay for a real estate agent. The seller pays for agents for both sides, the seller agent and the buyer agent, at least in Texas. But shop. Yeah, so market's pretty flat right now, guys, heading into the opening bell. Market's pretty flat. I mean, we have stayed in this neutral range for a while now. And so again, we'll see if we get anything. Yep, saw it, Todd. Not really. Talking about too much stuff like that. Again, I'm not going to mention too much about it on the stream. Y'all can look it up if y'all want more info on that. But again, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Is that fair for the seller to pay both agents? Again, I'm only referring to Texas here. But yes. Again, they could always have the option of not using an agent. But again, it's not going to... Again, no matter what, right? Standard in Texas is that the seller pays the buyer agent, right? So even if you choose not to use a real estate agent, as a seller, you're still going to have to pay for the buyer agent, or no buyer agent's going to want to show your house. You know, if they don't make anything from it, nobody's going to show you the house. Nobody's going to show your house to other buyers in Texas, at least for the most part. Now, of course, this is all not 100%. It's all, you know, there's more nuance to it, but typically that's the case, you know. we're gonna put the jobless claim numbers back up. There's the numbers on the bottom here. Again, pullback, sideways, choppy action right now. Market's dipping down some now, but again, we're just kind of waiting here. Yeah, we do have a little triple top here that we can see. I don't know. It depends on when the data comes out for what the meeting said for the closed SEC meeting. It depends on when the data comes out for like what it said. What's up, Ben? Yeah, 20 minutes, guys, 20 minutes. Gold is up to 192.60s. Cruise line still well under. Yeah, 25 basis point rate hikes. I mean, that was pretty expected though. Gold is up there now, but again, we are trying to bounce up a little bit here. All right, so again, market's been in this sideways range. We still got about 15 minutes before the market opens. A little bit over that here. A little bit over that. I'm trying to be patient and just kind of wait here, but again, time is taking too long. Again, market's dipping down pretty heavily right now. Is it something the ECB is saying? I know that's possible. Is it something the ECB is saying right now, or what do you guys think is going on here? Let's see if we hold here or not. Again, I might buy up a little bit here. I'm trying to be patient. So we're still dipping down. Some part of me wants to buy this dip real quick. I'm going to buy one contract of the regular. So again, we're down slightly. Right, so we got a little pop up here. Again, I'm going to give it time to see if we can make a little bit more from this bounce. Again, we bought the small pullback here. And again, so far we are up about 40. I'm going to go ahead and cover there. So I think we just made about $40 here. We made a little bit there. Not bad. Little bounce here, man. Look at that bounce. Again, we bought it at the bottom of the range. And we could buy this dip now too. All right, so we got a little pullback now. Maybe I'll buy this dip. Again, I'm thinking about it. I think I'll just chill for a second, but thinking about buying the dip. So we got a little bounce there. I could have bought that dip again. Yeah, let me mute this sound if I can from... So we're right back down at the bottom of the range again. I don't know if we're going to break down underneath this or what's going to happen here. So I'm just kind of sitting here. Jobless claims came in higher than expected. So they came in higher than expected in terms of numbers for jobless claims. They came in at 242 versus 240 expected. Again, we got the opening bell in about 12 minutes. I don't know if the market's going to bounce or not. We'll have to wait and see. Higher than expected jobless claims numbers, but it wasn't super high. We did bounce a little bit there again. And again, we made a little bit so far today, but I'm going to sit quiet and try to let things play out a little bit first. But again, we're up about 50 so far today, so not a bad little cushion here. We've been on a really nice little run this week. Monday, which I think was the first, right? Yeah, so Monday this week we made about 320 net. Tuesday we made 282 net. Yesterday we made 241 net. Um, and today we're up about $50 here. If you guys want to see this week so far, let me show you guys the week. Been pretty solid. Let's see. So we started there. What? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's the week so far. So here's the profit so far this week. You can see profit loss is about $1,200 so far. Drawdown's only about 425, and so pretty good week so far here. We'll see if we can keep it up, but not a bad week so far. We've been kind of playing off of this volatility in markets, and again, we'll see if we get it. But edge hunting algos, no, I don't know much about that, man. You know why you love your stock trading work because it's gambling. I mean, I'm green on the year on Thinkorswim, and so we can call it whatever we want to call it, but like again, my best trades are swing trades, not day trades. My best trades are clearly swing trading, and really it's a mix between swing trading and investing. I'm only buying blue chip healthy companies. I'm sitting on them for weeks or months if I need to, sometimes longer. And I'm green in a large majority of these trades. I would say I'm at least green on 70% of my swing trades. And so again, we could call it whatever we want. You know, Risking money is standard, but it depends on your definition of gambling. If your definition of gambling is risking money, sure, but in that regard, a lot of stuff is gambling. Buying real estate is a gamble. Uh, Investing is a gamble. But if the definition is risking money with unfavorable odds, at least this year in 2023, I'm green this year. Have an accuracy rate probably over 70%, I would say, on Thinkorswim. So I mean, we call it whatever we want, but I'm passionate about it probably because it makes me money. Realistically. Hey, thank you for the donation. I'm just not seeing the donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Whoever gave me the donation, William. Yeah, thank you, man. What do you think about Apple earnings? I don't know. I'm gonna stream them. Like we'll cover Apple earnings. All right. And again, we have about 7 minutes left. 7 minutes. But yeah, Apple earnings. I'm not sure. I appreciate the donation. We'll cover that a little bit later. Because the market actually opens up at about 4:30 a.m. Pre-market opens up. What time is it? It's like 4:30 a.m. So it's early, much earlier than like 9:30. You know. Uh, you have to change it to an EXT order. So if you want to trade stocks in pre-market, you got to change it to an EXT order and use a limit order. Market orders won't work in pre-market. It has to be limit orders. All right, guys. Let's see. All right, guys, break it down under that range here. Jeez, man. Sometimes customer service reps are just, it's like they don't even listen sometimes, you know? Uh, all right, guys, opening bells in about 4 minutes. Dude, again, so markets break it down a little bit. 4 minutes, guys, 4 minutes. Yeah, bear with me, team. All right, guys, markets break it down. We got a couple minutes here. All right, so we are breaking down. Checking back on chat. So how are we just waiting for the market? Because the market's not open yet. Uh, Tesla pushing up to 163.30s, 163.40s. AMD is at 81.50s. The SPY itself is at 406.70s. Starting to bounce up a little bit. We got 30 seconds or so until the market opens, guys. 30 seconds or so. Yeah. Sorry, I'm dealing with the customer service reps. All right, so here's the opening bell, guys. All right, so market's moving up a little bit. There we go. Good news, Apple Crush. Yeah, we'll see. Again, I'm trying to be patient here and wait. The market's pretty flat and quiet here. I also bought gold this morning. Again, we'll see if it does anything. All right, so we are moving up a little bit. Look at AMD rip up, man. I was really thinking about buying the dip. We did get a little bounce back and some good stuff. Muted it because these alerts are super loud. All right, so we are pulling back down a little bit. AMD is dropping down some now as well. We'll see if we can buy the. Let me see. So again, we are getting some bounce backs in the market, but it's still pretty flat and sideways. Y'all be careful. Tesla dipped pretty heavily at the open. SPY still sideways neutral here, not doing too much. Forgive me if these notifications are loud. Again, market is sideways currently. Look at the rejection here. This might be a weak sign. I'm gonna go ahead and short this, but it looks like I'm losing here. I'll give it some more time. Let's see if we flush down. Short one contract of the regular E-mini. It's still pretty close to the open, so I'm not gonna be super loose with this. But if I could get a little breakdown here, that's great. I'm already up 50 on the day, so like even if I lose here, I'll still be all right, I think. But all right, so it's tapping the top of that range again. Choppy action. I mean, I think the market's probably extended on the downside. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cut that. So we're down a little bit today now, but not much since we're already green ahead of that. And again, market's very toppy, so y'all be careful. All right, so market's moving up a little bit. Let's see if everything else follows it. again, a lot of stuff's down big yesterday, but the question is, do we think it's going to continue dropping here? So far, market's indecisive, just not really giving any real range. It's been a good week, but I don't want to give it back. We also have Apple earnings today too. So if I can exit out of this. There we go. All right. Maybe they'll email me back. Yeah, now I can. Now y'all see why I muted the music. It's because there's notifications, man. They're loud, dude. Again, such a choppy market right now, man. We just don't have much going on. Look at AMD rip. So AMD moving up, but the SPY is sideways, which means that like some stuff is dropping, some stuff is going up. So let's see, Apple pretty flat. Microsoft's starting to go do a little bit better here. But again, look how sideways this range has been at the open here. So let's draw the range. I mean, we got a little uptrend, so I could probably draw a trend instead of the range. Like that's the trend so far. Market's starting to flush down though. Tech is starting to still do okay though. AMD up, Tesla moving up, SPY dipping down towards the bottom of the range now though. This kind of looks weak. Still at the bottom of the range here, testing the top now. If we break under this trend, I'll short, but Tesla moving up looks kind of strong here. So I think I want to be careful. I don't want to attack too heavy. In this chop, I'd rather wait for like a trend and then piggyback off of that trend. I think that makes a lot more sense. I like this. This looks good. I'm going to short about 3 contracts here. There we go. All right, so I just cut this. Busy right now, so can't really answer that. Not a bad little opening. I think I'm green on the day. I just actually bought up a regular contract of the micro as well. You can kind of see I'm up now about 60 on the day here. Maybe if we bounce back a little bit, I'll short into the pop. But not bad so far. We'll try to establish a position here. Tech's starting to bounce back some as well. 2 contracts here. I'll see if we can add a little bit more. Nice little drop. We covered half of that. We'll try to add some size back to this afterwards. I'll go ahead and cut that too. So we are up about $75, $80 on the day. I don't mind buying or shorting a bounce back here, but big bounce back too, fast. All right, so we are taking 1 contract of the regular E-mini here, riding this breakdown really nicely. Gonna go ahead and cut out of that. So we just made about 100 something on that trade. Let me see how much we made just now. Yeah, so you can kind of see the graph here. We are up about 210 on the day right now, 207.50 technically. Drawdown of about 100, so not too bad. Getting the breakdown that we wanted. And so again, we'll give it some time. but nice. So yeah, there were some earnings. We had like Moderna. We had a couple different ones. But there's the breakdown here. And this is actually treating, like I bought gold. Gold's doing much better on this rebound here. I'm also on Snapchat, which is kind of bouncing back too so far. None of these are crazy big positions though. But again, with this craziness, let's see what banking is doing. PACW, all down big. Look at these drops. Huge drops. All right, so the ECB President Lagarde says they have managed to avoid cliff effects of TLTRO. Banks are prepped as there's a lot of liquidity available. She said that they're not making any commitment to cut interest rates at any point in time. The big drops here in the market. I'm going to start shorting a little bit more into this here. We'll take 2 contracts. We'll try to get maybe 5 to 6 micro contracts here if we can. If it happens fast enough for us. If not, like we'll just kind of take our money and run and not stress it too much. All right, so we just cut half of it because we could. It just went so far in our direction fast. I'll cut the rest of this too. Yeah, now we are up about 230 on the day. Like I said, we kind of wait for big moves and then piggyback off the weakness that comes from it, which is what we just did. Again, breakdowns now here. Tesla testing the lows of market hours. SPY's still looking weak, but again, I think we're down too much for me to really piggyback off of any shorts way down here. I think I just have to wait and hang out now. Again, I'm not really in anything big in terms of swing trading, so I'm not really losing too much from this. Okay. All right. All right, guys, we got Carol over here.
Morning.
Market's falling down.
What was the rate decision yesterday?
25 basis points as expected. It's almost always as expected. The real movement that you get from it is the press conference. Today we had the ECB press conference. They did the same thing. They raised 25 basis points.
Yeah.
I got the memory to do it. You know, I don't know how much RAM I have here, but I got a lot, so my computer can handle it. Market's flushing though. Again, down too much for me to short. Too weak for me to want to buy here, so I'm just kind of hanging out. We're already up today anyway, regardless. So it's not the end of the world, but.
Morning, everyone.
I might buy a little bit more Snapchat here, but. I also bought gold as kind of a hedge anyway, so it works out.
Yeah, I like gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to get some new AirPods, dude. These kind of suck.
I know. I think I need to replace mine before too long too.
Yeah, like I have these. The old ones work well, but there's just they don't stay charged long enough.
Top 3 cutest couple in the world.
Definitely top 3.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely top 3. Where's the other headphones I got? Don't I have some other ones? I thought I did. Oh, here they are. Okay. Yeah, we'll just use this. Calls on Intel. Hey, thank you, AV. I appreciate it.
He is. I know he's a hard worker. He definitely.
We stream constantly. You know, we got Apple earnings today too, so we'll be back later on this evening. Right about what? Bro, I get so many people coming to the stream trying to claim that they're right. You know, they'll put out 5 different predictions, and then one of those predictions will be right, and then they'll come back to be like, see, I told you guys. And it's like, yeah, but what happened to your other 4? You know, and I'm not saying that's you, of course. My gold trade's in the green now. That's nice. I'm not saying that's you, but like I just see it so much, man. Anytime somebody says, hey, I was right, look at this, I'm always skeptical.
Hey, Pawn. All right.
All right,
I
baby.
got some stuff I got to do around the house.
All right, baby.
All right.
Love you.
Love you. Yeah, just let me know what time you think. So.
All right, guys. So again, hey, remember, hit the subscribe button. We need like 30 more subscribers or so to hit. We'll hit it for sure today during Apple earnings, like without question. We'll hit it today. I'd love to hit it right now, though. So if you could take the time to subscribe, you know you might want to, guys. Just try one time. It might feel good. Yeah, we need like 20 some. We need like 20 more subs. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, who eats bananas on their cereal?
Jack loves it.
Dude, I hate bananas. Don't you dare.
Into little, like, bite-sized pieces, and he loves it.
Don't disrespect my cereal like that, baby. Look, I appreciate you making me cereal, but like, don't disrespect it like that with bananas, okay? I love you. I'm just messing with you. You know, I'm partially serious. I think it's disrespectful to cereal in general to put bananas on it. Huh?
Like blueberries or some type of berry on it or some type of banana.
No. I'm not feeling that, man. I'm just not about that life.
I'm not crazy, and Jack loves it, and I like it too.
I'm not about the fruit and cereal life. I need my.
Like some like Cheerio type thing. You cut them up and put them on.
Listen, I'm a cereal connoisseur. Okay, what I like in my cereal is like a crunchy milk and crunchiness. Like that's what I want in my cereal, right? I don't want soft berries in there. That's just gonna throw off the vibe of the cereal, you know. And so I'm sorry, baby. I love you. Thank you. But no fruit, please. You can put them on the side. You can put them on the side. I'll eat bananas, but like not on my cereal. Okay. The audacity. Okay. No, just joking. Kind of. All right. We are green. What is this? What cereal is this?
It's the granola one that you have with some of the flakes on top.
It doesn't.
Just eat it.
Where's the almonds, bro? Okay, thank you, baby. I love you. Thank you. Sorry, if you're over there and you're like, man, John's mean to his wife. He's making him cereal. I'm mostly just trolling her a little bit. I appreciate it. she wants me to go somewhere with her. And so I told her, like, I'm a cereal person in the morning. I got to eat in the morning. And so she wants me to go somewhere with her. So because of that, I need to eat before we go. And I'm about to rush out of here after the stream's over. So, bro, I call everybody, bro. I call my son, bro, my daughter, bro, my wife, bro. It's a habit at this point. Everybody's bro. You know, think of a Good Burger and swap dude with bro, you know. Yeah, bananas are good. Oh yeah, I call my dogs bro all the time. Market's bouncing back. Look at that big 2 green candles. It still doesn't hold a candle, pun intended, to the big red moves that we got at the open here, but we still have time, and we'll give it a little bit of time here. Yeah, if y'all understand the Good Burger reference, you know, you're the GOAT if you understand the Good Burger reference. I think a lot of people went over their heads, or they just haven't seen Good Burger. If you don't know the I'm a Dude song from Good Burger, you know, you're missing out. So just replace that with bro, and like, that's my life. Yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna hold here. Again, I'm in gold right now, and that's kind of doing a little bit better from this. Eat real food. Well, this is cereal, right? But it's healthy, organic, like almond and oat cereal. It's like honey, almond, and oat cereal. It's like organic honey, almond, and oat cereal. I used to eat a bunch of junk cereal, but I don't anymore. So again, first thing to eat in the morning is kind of important. So I never eat junk. It's mostly organic, like oats and almonds is really what it is. All right, market testing lows again. Again, Tesla tried to bounce over that 200 EMA volume weighted average price level, but it just didn't quite make it. Did I like Fruit Loops? I was more of like a Fruity Pebble kid. You know, Fruity Pebble, Cocoa Pebbles, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the waffle cereal. I can't remember what it was called. Lucky Charms. You know, those were kind of the best ones. I can't really eat them anymore. There's some organic Fruity Pebbles that we get, but it's not the same. No, I don't use almond milk. Almond milk messes with my stomach too much. Yeah, waffle crisp is what it was. Anyways, the micro E-mini's trying. It's at 4,100 here, guys. 4,100. PACW is at 370s. Regional banks specifically need to bounce back today. Regional banks specifically need to bounce back. If they bounce back, that's going to renew confidence and everything else, but that's a big question mark on whether they do. Again, that's what's necessary in order to kind of help the market right now. If banks still continue to get more and more weakness as the day goes on, that's obviously not good for markets. And that's what I'm watching right now. I'm already up over 200 on the day. Since then, after we got this big breakdown and then a rebound, now we're in more consolidation. And so I got to wait for that consolidation to break. PACW is breaking back over the volume weighted average price. So that's a good sign. We also put like Western Alliance Bank up here. Here's WAL. I think that's relevant to pay attention to also. All right, so we're starting to bounce back here. Pretty big bounce back too. I mean, everything's kind of moving back up. Pretty big pop back here. Again, I'm not really trying to attack this yet. Or actually, maybe I will. I'm going to start shorting this now. I think this is a big enough move back to maybe play off of the range. There's 4 contracts here. There we go. A little dip. We'll let it test. Again, we're already really green on the day, so we have a big cushion here that we can... All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut half of that there just to lock in profit. Let the rest break down a little bit more if we can. Just extension flush is all I'm looking to capitalize on here. All right, so now we're back over this level here. We got 2 contracts left, so it's not huge. I can let it work with this level being kind of a risk over this candle, but about to hit it. Let's see. Oh, nope, rejecting it now. Again, I think there's enough extension just now on the short-term upside that we can ride this down for a little gain if we get a flush. But again, anything could happen. It could break over. It could drop down. We don't know. All right, so we already took some profit here just to put it into perspective. So, you know, if we do get out, we'll probably be flat. Yeah, there's a little pop. So we're going to go ahead and cut this trade pretty flat. Still up about 240 on the day, 230. Bro, I short like every day, you know. People acting like I don't short must not watch the stream very much. Anyways, I'm probably going to stick around for a couple more minutes and see what happens with the gold. We might take a couple more trades. Again, if you haven't already checked out TopStep funded account program for futures. They give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules, they fund you. And you can see what I'm trading. I'm essentially trading the SPY in futures. So I'm essentially trading the S&P 500 in futures, but there's no PDT restrictions in futures. So you can day trade short without restriction. The easiest way to get your foot in the door if you don't have a ton of equity, if you don't have that much buying power, is to try a funded account program. And TopStep is the most legit futures one in the world. They pay out millions, fund thousands of traders a year. And again, I think most people are going to lose these accounts. I think most people are going to lose because most day traders lose money. But it's so much cheaper to lose on TopStep, but you still get a lot of the benefits. If you lose, you're only down 130 something if you use my link. If you pass it, you're still keeping 90% of your profit once you're funded. And so it really is the best of both worlds. Great way to get your foot in the door. And just taking these accounts does build your skill in trading. It really does, you know, teach you how to trade better, teach you how to follow rules. There's like a trade IQ tracker that lets you build rules for yourself and a lot of other good stuff. And so genuinely useful for trading. And you can check out the link right there. Another one of my sponsors, team. Another one of my sponsors is a company called Chart Prime. And again, Chart Prime can just be powerful here. So here's Chart Prime right here. It's a trading view indicator service. Again, I like using 5-minute charts and 1-minute chart. Or I like using 1-hour charts and 5-minute charts. And again, I can't fake what I'm showing you. Number one, I'm going to preface everything I'm about to say with they are a sponsor of mine as well. Again, this is like the 4th plug I've done all day. So that's 1 plug an hour. Very reasonable ratio there. But again, I can't fake what I'm about to show you. Okay. So look, reversal up. Again, the real edge is when you find multiple, and you can use this in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. It's a trading view indicator service. A lot of people use it with crypto, but when you find, look, the bullish engulfing candle here in the reversal up signal, huge bounce over days. This one was wrong, but look at this: reversal down, drop, reversal up, bounce. And again, you can keep scrolling back here to see they're really good at identifying tops. Like, look at this. Keep scrolling back here. Look at these reversal signals here. So again, every candlestick represents an hour. So it's like, look at this huge bearish action you get after this bear engulfing candle right there. Look at the huge bearish action you get. Look at this reversal down signal here. Drops down to their little VWAP line here, which is a little bit better than the actual VWAP in my opinion. Possible reversal down, drops. And so again, I can't fake that. I also like using like a 5-minute. You can use a 1-minute chart if you want. Here's the 5-minute one. And again, just can be really, really useful, really powerful if you use it right. And again, it's a trading view indicator service. So like, look at this reversal down. This is a 5-minute chart. Huge drops, reversal up, bounce. Look at literally, if you look at the price action just this morning alone, guys, just this morning. And again, I can't fake what I'm showing you. It's $35 a month as well, so it's pretty cheap. Look at the reversal up signal. We've gotten bounces over the next 5, 10, 15 minutes. So very useful. Look, reversal up signal here, bounces. So again, it's called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service. Again, I'm biased in their favor. I can't guarantee any results, of course, but I think genuinely useful. If you want to check it out, here is the link. Great way to help support the channel. And again, we'll be back later on for the Apple earnings. So Apple earnings today, guys. Apple earnings today. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. I'll see you guys a little bit later. And yeah, y'all be good. See you guys later, guys. You can lose it later after passing, but again, you can go right back to step 2. So it's a little bit easier of a process to get refunded again. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys later. Good luck.